in the place like Dongguan, and the people live in the factory downstream. So if we're using the even way, we're using normal way to do the sampling, actually we cannot get the proper proportion of migrants in that city, because they are living in some specific concentrated area. And this problem also will happen for some religious believer group. For example, Islam. The Islam, because Islam in China, of course, there are some places they're penetrated to many places, but actually in somewhere, for example, in the part of the Qinghai or in the Ningxia or this place, they are more concentrated. But our distribution, when we assign the quota of the samples, we not consider all this kind of concentrated area. Even the Catholic in the Taihang, the mountain river, the areas, they are more concentrated. But we will not see that as a special place we draw more. So if the population of the group is in some way concentrated in specific areas, they would be in the overall samples. Usually the percentage, the proportion was relatively less compared to the proportion in the overall population. So this is also relevant to the third question, is about for this small group, for example, Confucians who recognize themselves as Confucians, or someone, if we divided the folks' religions into the very specific, the small believer group. So actually, for each small group, we don't have enough samples. But if we want to, for each small group, get enough samples, then we must have a huge work to have oversample work and then accumulate enough representative samples for that small group. And for the reason of budget constraint and also the time constraint, so it's not really made that kind of material. The third is, when we do this, the fourth is when we talk about the field work. Actually, the field, when we do the study, if we knock the door and someone opens the door and we tell them we were doing an interview about religion. And typically, we have more people accuse us and no, I don't want to be covered. So when we do the study, first for this part of the question, we call it a spiritual life survey. Basically, avoid directly mention the religion. And also, actually, this is not a single topic survey. Actually, we combine with other topics. So this is more like an omnibus survey. And the religions, the questions only occupy part of the questionnaire. But we also have a couple of other topics put together. So we title the total questionnaire as a people's life survey. So we try to reduce the color of the religion and then let people feel comfortable to exit the interview. So this is something when we do the survey, we will consider about it. But it's not only about doing the survey itself. Of course, before the field work was conducted, we have a pretty good pilot study. Means first we want to understand if the questionnaire itself will be easily be understood by our interviewers, especially because we really worry about, we talk about too much about the very specific terms about the different believer, the faith, the different believer. So if it is easy to be understood by the different people, so different social group, and also we'll look at if the length of the questionnaire is proper for the people to finish the interview. So we have the pilot study first, and then we modify the questionnaire and conduct the survey. After that, from 1992, at that time, the first year we established the company, and at that time, we faced with the problem that the government don't want to, as an independent research firm, to do any research, independent research. And basically, they look at the social issue, policy issues. The issues are basically the government issue. So they don't believe this, private and the independent research should do that kind of study. So we developed the strategies basically, if we do any study, especially a study we've never done before, we will do the study and gradually release some data to the public news media, and let the government, know more or less about the fresh data. And usually we put some data, it's not that very sensitive at first. So it is very important for this first findings. I think that if people look at our findings and compare to this very professional analysis about who are the deliverer of the confusions and what, this kind of study. Our study is more general. And we try to figure out some findings can comfort government. Means when they look at it, wow, it's not a big issue. So if you look at the first finding, and we talk about it's our way how to do our approach. And first we say, look, if we compare the result to this 2008, this is one of our study, but it's not 2007 one. It's another one. This is 2008 to 1995. You look all kind of believer. The supernatural power are increased, have been increased through some way. Some even several times. If you look at the Buddha, the son of the living Buddha, God, everything they increased. But don't worry about too much, because what kind of factors really impacted people's perception about their life quality? And actually, the religion is play a very small role there. Religion is relatively small. And if we have the pure data, globally, we look at it compared to China and to other countries, you can see the Chinese people, the religions, those people report religions play a very important role to impact their life, which is the percentage is very small. And compared to all other countries, China is very close to the country like Japan. And what would be the least impactor to their daily life? And then some other countries are very important, like South Africa, as like the United States, which is also high. But China, but that the blue bar. And China is only like around 2 point some percentage people think is very important in their daily life. Even we put the second part together, it's around 10%. So this exactly is